What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to Automotive Life. My name is Lucky, and today we're going to be talking about why so many people are selling off their Turo fleets and what I'm seeing currently in the market. It's been about a month since we did an update, so I figured I'd go ahead and bring you a Turo update. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So my New Year's resolution for 2022 is to start and end every YouTube video with something positive. So I want to go ahead and talk about you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't be shit. And I'm the first one to say it. I know a lot of YouTubers get big heads once they get over 10,000, 20,000 subs. I am going to be the same idiot whether I have 5,000 subs or 500,000 subs. It doesn't matter. I just want to do the exact same stuff. I want to play with cars, teach people about the automotive industry and everything else. So I want to thank you guys so much for that. A huge shout out, and I'm going to give out a $100 gift card to actually to two people. The first, let's say, not the first, anybody that comments down below, ask me a question, put a comment, toast, I'd buy that for $1. I don't care what it is. Just put something down there, and I'm going to pick two random people to give a $100 gift card to in this video. So, and I'm going to announce that the next video, which is on Monday. So make sure you stay tuned and comment a lot. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the actual meat and potatoes of the story and what we see in the current market. Now, like I said, it's been about a month since we've actually done a video, and so much has changed in the market as far as Turo goes. And it's boggling my mind how fast things are cascading. So Turo was extremely hot, as we know, for 2022. 2021, it slowed down a little bit. But as far as 2022, it's just like, it's stopped. So I've talked to a few people on hot markets like Vegas, LA, Miami, and they stay continually rented. But some of the people in the less populated cities or not as popular cities are slowly slowing down. So let's go ahead and get into the meat potatoes of the story. Why are so many people defleeting and getting off of Turo? Now, one of the reasons why I think that it's happening is people are starting to see more and more that Turo is becoming saturated, and it's harder and harder to make money. So as we know, we're going to talk about the first one, which is the saturation. During 2020 and 2021, the market was extremely hot in the rental business. That's why I think my channel grew so fast, as we were talking about ways to strategize how to build your rental car company and how to basically grow from there. And Turo was a great first indicator if you wanted to get into the industry. It was a very low cost threshold to get into. It helped regular people structure a business. It was an actual good thing. I don't think anything bad of it. Even though I hate Turo, there are some positives to that company. Now, so many people started their business and started everything with Turo, and it just kind of grew from there. And I watched so many people post channels, post Instagram, people with TikToks, everybody like Turo, Turo, Turo. Turo's the best thing. Everybody's making money. So what happened was everybody and their grandma decided to jump on the platform. Cars, trucks, SUVs, exotic cars, classic cars, everything. There was more and more people getting onto that market. Now, as you guys know, there was more money floating around in the government, in the industry more than any other time in history. So more and more people were renting cars. They're spending a little bit extra, getting the nicer stuff. They're willing to pay more for just about any single vehicle. People were traveling because they weren't working. They were getting free money. So those 2 years were a very untypical year when it comes to the car rental business. And so it built up this huge surplus of Turo rental car companies, people that were going out and doing this 100% full time. Now, not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, just stating the obvious that there was a lot of people that jumped on that bandwagon. And I can't blame you. When you buy a 2015 Kia Optima for $8,000 and you're renting it out for 120 bucks a day in Vegas, why not? Go ahead and make your money. Make $3,000 a month off of a Kia Optima, go for it. So everybody was jumping on the platform. Well, now, there's so many people that are on the platform, it's slowly driving down prices. And the one thing I do not like about Turo is they love to dictate the price. Now, what I mean by this is you could have a rental car company that's properly insured, that's doing everything right, that's doing the maintenance on their cars, and they price their vehicle conservatively at 65 bucks a day. And then you have the guy that's just in his apartment, doesn't care, tires are bald, hasn't changed oil, whatever else, just trying to make the monthly payment. He's putting his at 30 bucks a day. So in Turo's eyes, Turo's like, well, we want the cheapest because we want this car to go because we won't make any money unless they rent it. So that $30 car gets thrown out there, and all of a sudden, everyone's like, well, geez, I need to lower my price because this guy's car's getting rented, mine's not. So it's like it forces you to slowly cap it down. There's no sort of like normalcy. one of the things that I thought were great with a few of these other apps, I don't know if, I haven't really checked on Share in a little bit, but I know they were talking about building some sort of a streamlined thing where if you have, let's say, an economy car between this year and this year is X amount of dollars a day. Luxury car between this year and this model is X amount of dollars a day. It was almost putting everybody into a category, so this way you could build a business off of what you know you're gonna make. But in Turo, it's the wild, wild west. There's some people that want $200 a day for a Jeep Wrangler, and there's other people that want 75 bucks for a Jeep Wrangler. Makes no sense. If one's lifted or crazy looking, I could totally understand that. But if they're two stock Jeeps and they're so far off, it doesn't make good market price. There's no way to build a long-term business off of price and fluctuation like that. So I think that's one of the things that kind of hurt Turo when it came to growing. Now that so many people are on the platform, it's like I said, the Wild West. It's a race to the bottom. Everybody has to lower their price to become competitive, and it's hurting a lot of people. So now that we have, the influx of all these people, and then the price is slowly going down, like I said, the race to the bottom, you have a new group of people that are realizing that the money train is over. So when I announced our partnership with myvehiclevalue.com, a lot of people started calling me, and they were starting to defleet their fleets. And I was shocked. I was like, okay, 1 or 2 calls, it's no big deal. We had over, I think, 30 calls in the last 2 weeks of rental car companies with, 10 plus cars wanting to get out of them. The market's slowed down. I see the writing on the wall. I'm ready to get out. And so it's pretty impressive. A lot of people are starting to see the telltale signs and starting to think the other way. Some of these people are getting rid of them because, they're wanting to get these cars re-registered in the LLC's name so they can become a real rental car company. Other people are they're burnt out of the business. One guy, I think we're gonna buy like 15 Teslas from him. He was just so sick of, people not charging his cars, dirtying up his cars, banging up his cars. Like I think one of his Model X's has been in the shop for like 6 months, and every time he gets it out, somebody messes up the door and it gets stuck and has to go right back into the shop, and it's just been a nightmare for him. So all these people are starting to sell their fleets because they just don't want to do it anymore. Now, it is a sad thing. I hate to see people go, but I understand that everybody has different risk tolerances when it comes to this business. Now, if you're watching this, take heed. The prices are gonna go down. They've been going down in a lot of major markets and other areas, but it's getting more and more. So what I'd like for you guys to do right now is please put in the comment section below what your market's doing right now. If you're busy, say, hey, I'm in, Baltimore, Maryland, I'm booming, I'm renting SUVs, tell us your story. I'd love to find out what's going on in your market, because there's a lot of people just like you that are either worried, confused, scared, that would like some sort of reassurance. Now, I go off of what I see in a general market to some of my students, other businesses I deal with. I try to get as much information together before we try to make these videos. But a lot of the people I've been talking to, they're getting less and less rentals and less frequency. So even though, let's say they're booked out this month, the month before, it was nothing, or, they usually get booked out an average of 25 days. Now it's an average of 20 days. Most people won't really, freak out, but when you talk about corporate America, that's like 10% off the back end. So they're starting to worry like, well, we're renting five cars less every month. In 6 months, you're basically down to whatever, 5–10% of what you're normally at. Those are scary numbers. So a lot of these people are getting ahead of the curve. They're getting rid of their vehicles because they just don't want to deal with it. Another one that one of our clients told us, which was pretty surprising, was he just didn't think it was worth it anymore. He was renting out brand new cars that were beautiful. I think we're picking up like 12 Nissans from him, like Altimas, Sentras, Rogues. And these are all brand new, like 2020, 2021 vehicles with under like 10,000 miles. He's like, people are just destroying them and they don't want to pay anything. And on top of that, Turo's not helping him out with claims. They're staining all of his cars, and he's doing all this for $80 to $100. It's just not worth it anymore. So he's wanting to get rid of his fleet and get back into just getting a regular job. So this does spell a little bit of doom and gloom when it comes to the industry, but some of the other people we talked to, like I said, were on the positive end, that they're actually listening to what we're talking about and they're getting rid of their cars and actually putting new cars in their corporation's name. Now, I talk about this in our classes, but I probably haven't shared it with you guys. If you want to get a commercial policy when it comes to rental car insurance, the car has to be in your company name, period. I don't care what they tell you. If you think it's different, 100%. If you have any type of accident, your insurance will not cover you unless the car is in your company name. There's only 2 companies that are actually doing this to be legit rental car companies, but everybody else unfortunately is doing it just to get out of the business. Now, if you're currently in this business, I need you guys to look at your numbers. I want you to think about how much money does it actually cost me to operate. I need you to put a time. How much time or how much is your time worth? Because a lot of these guys are like, well, I'm just doing this and doing this, driving around, cleaning cars, washing cars. And if you were making 10 bucks an hour, you'd be like negative $200 a week. Like, you can't do that. You need to put your time into the actual equation, so this way you know if you're actually making money. Now, there were a lot of Turo apps back in the day that would show you on cost per value, miles and everything else, and depreciation if you're actually making money. But a lot of those apps have been purchased by Turo and killed because they don't want you to know how much money you're actually losing when you're renting out your car and not paying down depreciation, not paying down the mileage, and not paying yourself. Or it'll tell you that you equaled out to making $1.99 an hour and it just wasn't worth it. So, you know, take those things in the heed, look at your business model, see if you're ready to take a little bit of a 20% hit when it comes to income, because that's what's gonna happen. Whatever the prices were in 2019 is exactly what it's gonna happen, I think, in 2022. You know, the whole gravy train of everybody making $100 a day off of Nissan Sentra is over. So, you know, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to something positive. You know, we talked about some of these people growing their business and getting off the platform. I see Turo really trying to cater to these businesses now because so many of them are getting off the platform and getting their own rental car license, which is becoming competition for them. So you want to make sure you stay ahead of this. Also, we talked about hire car a few times, you know, that maybe you should start looking into hire car. I know their process sucks. All these guys suck. Their insurance sucks. Their claims suck. You know, their payouts suck. Everything sucks. Unless you're your own company, it's absolutely going to suck. But if you have a little bit with rentals and you have a bunch of fleet vehicles, which is used by Amazon delivery guys, Postmates, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, that have that continuous revenue that are always constantly rented out, I'd say if you can divert 30% of your business to doing that, the other to actually just renting out cars to Turo, and then hopefully if you get your license, maybe 20% of that going out to the actual general public. I think that's the best way to stabilize yourself in this current economy and the way we see things going right now. But if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Like I said, I try to answer every single one as much as I can. Also, hit us up on Instagram at automotive.life. I'll put it over here so this way you guys can follow us. And like I said, I'm gonna give out 2 gift cards. All you got to do is just put a comment down below, whether it's a question, you want to say something funny, you want to say, hey, I'm from you know, Texas, Dallas, I got 37 Teslas, I'm the man. Or if you got 1 Kia in New Jersey and you're doing great, we want to hear from you guys. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next video.